Welcome students. This program is Bachelor of Arts, TYBA, subject Political Science, semester 6, course code POC 106, course title Western Political Thinkers from Rousseau to Marx. Title of the unit, that is unit 5, is Karl Marx. Module name, Karl Marx's views on dialectical materialism. The outline of this module is the early life of Karl Marx and Karl Marx's views on dialectical materialism. At the end of this module, students will be able to explain the theory of dialectical materialism of Karl Marx. Let us have a brief introduction of Karl Marx. A thinker who not only put socialist ideas upon a sound basis, but who called into question the whole tradition of Western social and political thought. Karl Marx was born in 1818 in Prussia to a middle-class family. He entered the Bonn University at the age of 17 and obtained a doctorate in philosophy from Jena University in 1841. Marx later moved to Paris in 1843 and there he met a number of socialist thinkers. He also met and began working with Friedrich Engels, with whom Marx's intellectual collaboration lasted until Marx's death in 1883. In 1845, Marx was compelled to leave Paris because of his radical views. He then moved to Brussels and continued to develop his socialist ideas. In 1848, Marx produced his famous Communist Manifesto in collaboration with Engels. In 1849, Marx moved to London with his family, where he remained until his death. His most important contribution during the London years was theoretical rather than political. He published volume 1 of Capital, his most important and most famous work. Volumes 2 and 3 of Capital were published by Engels after Marx's death. By 1894, Marx's ideas became the dominant intellectual system within the revolutionary socialist movement. Marxism not only became the language of revolution, but it has remained the source of a profoundly important critique of Western social and political thought. Now let us study Karl Marx's views on dialectical materialism. The entire structure of Marxian thought rests on the foundation of dialectical materialism. The idea of dialectics was borrowed by Marx from Hegel and fitted it into his economic thought. Hegelian philosophy is based upon an idealistic rather than a materialistic metaphysics. Hence, Marx's materialistic view conflicts with the concepts of Hegelian philosophy. By using dialectical method, Marx demonstrated the necessity of the class struggle and the inevitability of progress through revolution. For Karl Marx, the world by its very nature is material, and the various phenomena of the world constitute different forms of matter in motion. The material world is primary, and mind or thought is secondary. The material being is primary, and the spiritual life is secondary. According to Karl Marx, what we think, believe, understand, the whole of our mental processes is determined by our life, that is, by our real material life. Thus, life determines consciousness because consciousness is a part of life. It is a particular manifestation of material life, an organization of the material mind that reflects a material reality. According to Marx, consciousness must be understood within the context of the larger material or social reality, and this reality determines consciousness in the sense that it sets the basic parameters within which consciousness functions. For Karl Marx, this superstructure of consciousness also corresponds to legal and political institutions that are also superstructural, that is, determined by the economic or class structure of society, determines its political structure, and determines as well social and political beliefs and values. According to him, this superstructure of political consciousness and indeed the whole cultural apparatus of ideas, beliefs, and values constitutes misperception of social reality. Though life determines consciousness, it does not determine it in ways that necessarily illustrate the true character of social life. Consciousness not only mistakes the nature of social reality, it plays the role of justifying the very reality that gave rise to these misperceptions to begin with. Marx calls these forms of social misperception false consciousness. This propensity to generate false consciousness, Marx believed, to be one of the chief characteristics of any social order divided by social classes. Marx considered idealism to be an ideology, that is, a false perception of reality. With regard to religious ideology, which assumes that God makes men, Marx argued that it is quite other way round. Man not only makes God, he makes the entire superstructure of consciousness in the process of his material development. Religious ideology thus promotes the greatest illusion of all, for it posits consciousness in the form of God or spirit as something independent of, higher, and more real than the material world. Marx argues that idealist view of history not as a question of real nor even of political interest, but of pure thoughts. The problem with the ideology of idealism is not just that it misperceives the real nature of social reality. The deeper problem is that idealism tends to perpetuate the very social conditions that give rise to it in the first place. In the case of religious ideology, religion acts as a mechanism of psychic escape for those, the worker for example, who, because of their class position, suffer real economic exploitation. This rejection of idealism was the necessary first step in Marx's materialist analysis of history. According to Marx, it is the task of history to analyze people's real material conditions and the social responsibilities inherent in them once the illusionary world of idealism and of ideology in general has been exposed. Karl Marx used the term materialism in three senses. First one, by calling it as dialectical, he made materialism scientific, precise, and certain. Second, it implied rejection of religion, which supplied imaginary or fantastic satisfaction as against dialectic, which was the real solvent of every supposed absolute truth. Third one, it suggested a kind of social revolution in which the state would be superseded. Thus, the dialectical materialism of Karl Marx tried to explain the continuity of culture in human history, laying stress on the fact that men were the product of their environment and education. Students, these are references for your further learning. Thank you.